welcome to AMG5M. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up a 5M server with a framework. So the framework I will be using is QBCore. So in the last video it was a basic server. As this one as mentioned, it will be a framework, so you'll need to know how to install a database. So that's one thing you'll need. So the first thing to do is let's open up my directory area. So you go into the files and folders area, somewhere where you need to find to install folders. So for me, I'm in the area called this PC, so I'm going to go projects. If you're using a server like Windows Server 2019, you might have the extra hard drive, you might not. If you haven't, you have to use your drive C and create the folders like I'm doing. So what you'll do is I've got a 5M servers, development server. Then in there I want to create a folder called, when I eventually get to doing that, a new folder called QBCore-framework. Like that look, so easy to do. Then inside the QBCore framework we'll create a folder called Cfx-server-data, and then that's all you need to do there. So the next thing you'll need is your license key and your artifacts. Is open up your browser, type in 5M documentation, as you can see it there. You'll then click on setting up a server in the search results. Then you'll see within the list, you'll see a CFX keymaster. So you sign in with your password. If you haven't got a password, then you need to create a username and password. So you sign in again. So what you'll do is you'll create a new license key like I've shown you in the first video. So it's easy enough to do. So you click on new server, fill in the details like a name you give that, your IP address for your hosting service or your public IP address. You get that by typing in my IP address. Then you put your server type, which, you know, if it's a dedicated, you put dedicated. If it's a VPS, you'll do VPS. But for me it'd be other, like home hosted, so I can't generate another one because you're allowed up to 3. It used to be 10, but you're allowed up to 3. So I'm going to grab the key, which I can't show you the actual thing because it will reveal a public IP address, so that'll be in a few seconds. So I now have the key, and what I'm going to do, which is the best thing to do, is save this somewhere, like your notepad or your Visual Studio like me, temporarily. So what I'm going to do is paste that into a text file, and that is my license key. It starts with CFX-XK, so move that to one side because that'll be for after. Then you want to close the browser tab that's open. Then you'll go to setting up a vanilla FX server. Then what you want to do, if you're using Windows, you select Windows Server Build List. If you're using Linux, scroll down and you'll see Linux Server Build Listings. If you're familiar with the Linux, then all means use Linux. If not, Windows. You've got the area that shows you how to set up a bat file, but with the new or modern way, you've now got TXadmin, which a lot of people will use now. So don't really need to show you how to use that. So what I'll do is click on the Windows Server Builds, and you've got latest, recommended and latest optional. Now I can see they are still 5848. They will be a little bit out of date. they might not have the latest TX-admin, and so which I don't think it has. So what I'm going to do is use the latest one that they've released, which is of 22nd of the 6th 2023 at 23:07. So I'm going to click the download symbol, and that starts to download. When it's downloaded, you'll see that at the bottom of your browser. If you're using Chrome, you then open the window or show in folder. So what I'm going to do now is close the browser, because I don't need that anymore, or at least I will, so I'll minimize that for a reason. So what I'll do, I'm going to click on the 7Z folder, and what that will do, if you have it extracted, it will open up the extractor program, which should be, for me, pzip or some other type of zip program, unzipping. So what you'll do with your extractor, you should have something called edit on your menu areas. So what you do is you click edit, select all, and you'll highlight. So what we do is, in between the QBCore framework and Cfx server data, is you drag and drop. When it's extracted, that's what you'll see. And the reason for that is in between, so when you first start up the server, it will create a form of bat file, which will be in this empty area. So it'll be in between the development server and the QBCore framework. You don't want that bat file in with your artifacts and everywhere else, and you don't want the resources in with your artifacts. They will go in the Cfx server data. Now, so those of you that will have been taught formal filing, or file management, you'll understand what I mean. So the next thing we're going to do is not click the actual pink icon, because you need a database. As you go back to your browser, you'll type in MariaDB. There's a look. So please make sure you understand this one. You've got the .com one, which I'll click on that to show you this. Now that they'll charge you a fee for using that, because that's like not open source. So what you'll do is you'll go to the org, which is like an open source type, and then there you'll see download. So I'll go back again, make sure you see that org. It's there, MariaDB Foundation. So that, then you'll click on the link, then you'll see a download. So you click the download, and then in there it's telling you about the new release. If you might see that, you might see something different. So what you'll do is you'll click on the link. So for me, it'll be the Microsoft installer package, I know, the 86/64-bit for Windows. So I'm just going to click download, and there it is. It's just started to download. So we're going to go and show in folder, close the browser. So what you'll do, right click or double click on the actual icon, and then that should open up a window. What you'll do then is click next on the open window. Make sure you read the terms and conditions and accept those. If you do, just click I accept the license agreement. Then you'll click next again. Then you don't touch anything in this box unless you know what you're doing. So you click next again. Also remember where it's going to install. C program files MariaDB 1.11.2. So we click next again. Then you will require a password. I will explain something in a bit about the QBCore, about the password problem. So I'm going to set my password for the database. So the password there is for the root name. Now, if you're going to use this on your server and you know how to open the firewalls and you want it remote, so it's on a local connection, you can click enable remote, but I'm not going to do that. It's on my computer. I have got remote on the server, so we'll click next. So that will be your port, that will be the service name, buffer size and everything else. You don't need to touch any of those. So I'm going to click next, and then I'm going to click install. Then you'll click finish. Then you should have an icon or a shortcut on your desktop, which looks like 𝗪𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀, so I'll move that over to the 5 so I know where it is. There it is, 𝗪𝗲𝗀𝗀. So in there, you'll click on that, like you can have a double click or click open by right click. Then you'll see check like a changelog, so I'm going to click skip. Then you can see on there, it's from saved data from the past thing. I've got Cyberdyne, which is my external server on the local network. Then I've got all, which is my computer. So in there, I'm going to create a database. So what I need to do is in the window on the left, right click, and then you'll see create new, and you click database. So type in there QBCore, which is what most scripts will use if they have a SQL. And there it is, QBCore. You don't need to do anything else. Now what you do, scroll down to the pink icon. You'll then open the FX server executed by either right click and click open, or you can double click. Right. So what you'll see is a window on your computer that'll pop up on your server. If you're using Windows Server 2019, this doesn't normally happen. So you'll click more and run anyway. Now I've already got firewalls open, as you will have seen on the first video, but if you haven't on your server, you've got to open the firewalls like I showed you in the first video. I will do a video that shows you how to do the firewalls, a separate one. So I'm just waiting for the console. There it is. So it started. The console shows some information in there with the public IP address, which I can't show you, so because it's got, so what you'll see is a box that says already please access HTTP localhost with 40120, and I see that down the browser, or HTTP, and you've got with your public IP address and everything. So I'm seeing the numbers there match, which is 0759. So I'm going to click link, then you click continue, then you set the password, and so if you aren't logged into your CFX account or your 5M account, it will ask you to sign into that account, or if you haven't got one, you need to create an account. So I'm already signed in, but what it's doing is asking me to create a password. I'm going to do that now. And I'm going to click read and agree. I have read and agreed to the CFX TOS agreement, so we're going to click create the master account. When you've done that, you'll click next. And when you've clicked next, you'll see a change me. So I'm going to put in there the name of the server so I can identify it on the console. So I've already got that there, development server. Then we're going to click next again. So what you want to do is to select popular recipes. The others will be for another video, so I'll show you popular recipes. So what you want to do, because I'm using QBCore, but if you're using ESX Legacy, you'll select ESX Legacy, but I'm going to use QBCore. So I've done that. Now it's asking for the file path area, so I've got to change that because the path will not match where it is. So what you do, is you go to your file path area. Remember the bat file I told you about, data and the data bat. I need to show you something about that because it will need to be changed. So you go QBCore, then you'll go into the CFX server data folder, highlight the address bar, and then what you'll do is copy, change the path, delete the path you see, and paste. Then you'll click save. So with your CFG, it's done that for you. Go to recipe. So you'll see all the information it's going to prepare, like your database. So you'll click next. So the next thing you'll need is your license key plus the database information. So what you'll do is you'll click show and hide advanced. So what you'll do, go back to your notepad if you have that open already, and copy the license key. Click paste. You've got localhost 3306 root, then I want the password. So I'll type in the one I created. It's like that, especially for that. Plus I won't be root, that'll be my first name, of course. An example. So there we go. Then you want the database. So this will be QBCore, QBCore. You don't need to click delete database. So what you'll do then is run the recipe. So when you've got, the actual installation is completed, you'll then click next. Then you'll see CFG or server CFG that will be created for you, but you'll need to make a few changes in there if your port is different. So for me, I've got to change to port 30130 because the port will be different for my computer. So what I do is click save and run. Yep. So the server has now completed. What we'll do is right click on the bat file, click copy, go to the desktop, and you'll click paste shortcut. So what I'm going to do now is go to 5M client, that is. So you can see there development server is already showing up. It should allow me to connect to 2802. It's because I've been using older builds. It's going to reload. So if it is a more up-to-date build, it will bring you to that. So just gotta wait. I will show you the database. What there it is. That's your SQL database. What that actually looks like. You have everything in there. Where it stores all the player data. So I'll show you how that is. Portions, no. Data should be in there. So there's no actual data in there yet. What I'll do, empty slot, create a character, first name, DEV, got to be slightly, annual date of birth, month, I want year, confirm, create character. South Rockford Drive, click confirm. And then I've got to create the character like you normally do. Give that one. Don't need the vest. Neck accessories bag, change them. Some of you have been asking me how you would get out of the apartment because you're not sure. So what you'll do is press the left Alt key on your keyboard, right click, and it should bring up go near to the door, and it should, there it is, bring up a menu when you go near the door. Then you'll click leave apartment, and there it is. So you walk away, it should, there it is, the menu closes by itself, and that's your server created. No, completed. You're now in the actual FiveM server, running by FiveM from my computer. So, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So you'll have your F8 menu, which you'll see, and different commands in there. Depends, if you're an admin, you'll have admin access, right? So you'll have, so if I did this, /admin admin, so you'll have an admin menu. We do various options. So what I'm going to do, type quit, and that's all you need to do to create your QBCore server or ESX. ESX will be different. I'll show that in another video for ESX at some point. So, and that's it for the video. So if you have liked this video, please click like and give it a good thumbs up. If you want to see more from this channel, please click subscribe, and we'll be back with another video soon. Hope to see you in the next one. So as always, thanks for watching, and see you all soon.